Hi Satnam, it's me Shakti Sundari, making this video today. Transformation takes time. Been thinking about this for a while and inspired to make this video now because I've actually just come off a Zoom call with a lovely lady who's interested in my Awakening Shakti online group program, which is a 9-month commitment. And as I've been thinking about this course that I'm offering starting in January, that is a 9-month commitment, and how to speak to and call to the women who will want to do this with me. I've been really inquiring into the nature of change and healing and transformation, and I know very much that it might not sound sexy for a lot of people to say transformation takes time. That's not what you want to hear, right? You want to hear that it's easy, that it's quick, that it's simple, that you can come and do one class or one workshop or have one session and then all your problems will magically go away and suddenly your life is changed from one minute to the next. Well, I know that sounds sexy and I know people like to try and sell things that way, but that doesn't resonate for me, and I don't think that's true. So my own life experience has taught me that change that is to be lasting, transformation that is to be embodied, healing that is to be integrated takes time. Takes weeks, months, and years, actually. And I think there can be a mismatch sometimes in the expectation and the reality around what's happening. And of course, it really depends on what your motivations are and what you want from life and from your seeking. So I'm very clear. I work with women who want to awaken. Men and women, but my primary focus is on women. And that's who I call out to. So you are a woman who really, really wants to know yourself as love, connect with your sexuality as sacred, walk the path of truth, walk the path of self-sovereignty and self-realization, and take full responsibility for your life and all that you create within it. And in so doing, and stepping fully into your divine feminine, lifting up all those around you to also meet you in that place and support the awakening of the planet and support our global transition into heart-centered consciousness. So that's what I'm here to offer. So I know that isn't for everybody, but if that is what you do want, then I want to just offer you this reflection, because so often I receive inquiries for support and for help, questions, people who might want to work with me, and there's a little bit of an expectation that I see that having a 1 hour or a 2 hour session or a couple of those is going to resolve your pain. So basically, why do people come to me? They come to me because there is a pain, there is a discomfort, there is a blockage, there is emotional upset, there is a feeling of misalignment, there is a relationship not working out, there is a sex life not working out, there is these are the typical kinds of issues that I'm dealing with, and I can see, or I notice, that there is some kind of an expectation that have a 1 or 2 hour session and it will all be healed and resolved. Well, I'm sorry to say that isn't how it works. That's not how it works. I just don't see that as a sustainable and effective way of working, which is why I really much prefer, if people want to work with me one-to-one, to work over a period of time, over 1, 2, or 3 months at least. And why my Awakening Shakti online group program goes over 9 whole months. It's a whole rebirthing. It's a whole rebirthing cycle of embodied practice, of self-study, of sisterhood sharing over time, so that what we approach and what we explore isn't just superficial, isn't just an intellectual understanding, but goes right deeply down into the cells of our body. It becomes a lived reality. We change deeply. We give ourselves the space and the time to transform. And really, for me, this is the minimum that it would take. Just to give you an example, all of the modalities that I am trained in, the first modality I trained in was the NIA Technique, a teacher training of expressive conscious dance. Each level of training, I completed 3 levels, was a whole week of intensive training, 7 days, with self-study beforehand for several months and self-study afterwards for years in between. Okay, so it required that level of investment of time, money, thousands of dollars on my part to become that teacher. Then Kundalini Yoga, a year, 1 weekend every month for a year, with self-study, with teaching practice, with doing meditations every day for that whole year. So that was my level of commitment. So a financial commitment, a time commitment, a self-practice commitment to become the teacher that I am. With the other modalities that I'm also trained in. So for example, my Sacred Sexual Priestess training, 9 months, meeting once a month for 9 months for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Intensive, deep work all day until late at night. Self-study, self-inquiry in between each meeting. That was the level of time, investment and money it took for me to emerge with real deep change having occurred within me. Training as a facilitator for sexual awakening. I had to fly to South Africa, invest thousands of pounds, spend a week in community with a group of women and my teacher, Shakti Milan. Every day, deep process. And then subsequently going on to be an assistant facilitator on subsequent courses, engaging every couple of weeks with a group of women online, doing my own self-practice and self-inquiry repeatedly and repeating that cycle. So all of that and more, and I'm sure you'll know that whatever your practice is, if you have one, it takes doing a regular practice. It takes that commitment. It takes the willingness to look at yourself. It takes time to move through the process of transformation. We will come up against resistance. We will come up against fear. We will come up against pain. We will come up against seeing our shadow. We will come up against particular points, probably blaming or projecting things onto the teacher and thinking it's their fault. So all of this is part of the process of growth. But what I'm really interested in and really passionate about is real growth, is real empowerment, is your transformation, and supporting that. And I know and I believe really strongly that that requires time. It requires your investment of your time and your money, so that you feel that commitment. You know, when I've committed to all those trainings that I've done, I was, and I still am, but I was a single mom on a very low income. However, my soul called me to those modalities, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt I had to follow that calling, and the universe came up beneath me and supported me every single time, providing babysitters somehow, magically the money came together from somewhere. I don't even know how. Everything was made possible once I made the commitment that that is where I had to go, and the universe supported me. So yes, as soon as you jump in and invest and commit, the universe comes in to support you, and it takes time. That's really my message. Transformation takes time. It's not an overnight thing. Healing takes time. It's not overnight. And I know we live in this society where everything is so instant gratification, instant this, instant that. We feel a pain, we put a plaster on it, we take a pill, we drink a glass of wine, everything instant. Well, okay, in my world and what I'm here to do, that's not how we're going to do it. We're going to do it truly, deeply, effectively, in an embodied way, not just understanding it with the head, but knowing it and experiencing it in the body. That's what I'm about. And if that is what speaks to you, then message me. Details for my Awakening Shakti online group program I will post below. The early bird expires at the end of December, the end of this month. So, you know, it's good to take advantage of that. And anyone who's interested in that, please, please, please write to me, message, comment, and share this if you think it's valuable. Oops. Just want to see what you've said. Oh, hi. Hi, Alison. And hi, Stefan. Hi. Yeah, love to hear from you. What do you think about that? How do you react to that? Does it evoke anything for you? Let me know. And in the meantime, I'm off to do some more practice myself. I'm going to go and meditate now. Lots of love. Sat Nam. Sat Nam.